So, long time no see. It's the Diablo anniversary. I really don't like Diablo 3 all that much. It's, I played a lot of Diablo 2, and it was overall disappointing, in my opinion. But, this new event is actually a lot of fun. It's the most fun I've ever had with Diablo 3, and I thought I'd just, you know, walk through it a little bit. We're gonna do this on, what is it? On, not Expert. We're gonna do this on Master. I've done it on Torment, and really, because this is just supposed to be a short recording, I don't want it to take forever. So we're just gonna do it on Master. Not a big deal. It's more of a show-offy kind of thing than anything else. And normally I don't really bother with transmog, but since the shield dropped for me, I thought I'd do my best Solaire impression. So, praise the sun! Let's go. Whew, okay, why did it start me in Act 2? Whatever. I'm sure someone's gonna comment, "Oh, your build, it's not good. This season, this was better." I don't really care. I just played this to have fun mostly. This is the first character I actually got to level 70, so take that for what you want. Yeah, there's like lots of people around here. I'm not really sure what they're here for except to interact with them. I don't know if there's like a special thing involved with them, so don't ask me. I do like that you're locked to the 8 frames of movement that everyone else was at that point. So like in Diablo 1, you didn't smoothly animate it. You were stuck moving in one direction, and that was the sprites that played for that direction. Oh, it's Griswold. Well, isn't he supposed to be a demon? So I guess he's dead twice. Oops. Oh well. I also like the filter on it that everything is running at everybody's frames are reduced for their animations. It's just kind of neat. I like it a lot. Where are those voices coming from? Oh, they're my guys. Never mind.
The sanctity of this place has been found.
So I'm just gonna clear this place out. I'm just gonna explore the whole thing. I'm not gonna do too much. I just want to show off everything that's here. That's all. I am going to try and go as fast as I can, so don't, I mean, it's not that interesting, it's just a lot of recolored enemies, but I think it's really neat that all the animations are sort of toned down. It feels very real, even though it doesn't. Though I wouldn't say that all animations are, you know, completely, have dropped frames, I guess. I think the water animations, there'll be if there's any place with water, you'll see that the water animates like it does normally, which I think is a, a missed opportunity, but I also hear water physics are kind of annoying to deal with, so I can understand why they would ignore it, especially for a few short areas. But yeah, as you can see, just regular zombies take a long time for me to kill, so a higher difficulty, I'd just be here for a really long time, way longer than it needs to be.
Patience.
I'm also not super concerned with getting maximum Paragon level. I don't really think it's worth it. If you like Diablo 3, I mean, go for it. It certainly is something to do. It's a meter to fill, and it fills up rather quickly. At least it fills up rather quickly for the levels that I have. But quite frankly, I'm not super interested. Oh, well, this is the entrance to the next level, but I don't want to go here yet, mostly because there's other places to go. There's like little alcoves. I believe there's one for the first floor. I've been all the way to the bottom, so I've done this before. But I'm not super familiar with it. I did a test run to make sure I was able to do this. I got a new graphics card and I got a new audio interface. So I guess this is a real test run of what it's supposed to sound like and look like. It certainly should be of a higher frame rate than usual. I will say this, you may hear some sound, like it sounds like it's clipping. I'm not really sure what it is, but the sound sounds all distorted. That's not from this event. It's just happening within the game, and I'm not sure why. I have updated drivers. It's not like the game update. I'm not like running anything CPU intensive. I don't have a sound card, so I don't know why it's sounding like that. But like you'll hear it. I'll point it out when it happens. I'll also say I like that it's a lot darker than usual. I think it was a big mistake to try and make everything... I can understand wanting color in your game. I think that that's fair, right? But just overall, because of... like, I guess there's no light radius anymore in Diablo 3. You don't really get that dark, dank feeling that you get, like, right now. Because even though it's in widescreen, I can barely see the edges of my screen. It feels like it's just a circle around me, and that's it. And I like that. I know it's small. It doesn't really do much, because at the end of the day, I'm just flailing my hammers all around. It's just nice. It feels nicer, and I'm glad that they were at least able to capture the spirit of Diablo 1, as opposed to the... oh, I guess there is only one thing here. Glad they were able to capture the spirit of Diablo 1 and know how to make it feel real within the game that they made.
Not yet.
If I end up, because I'm gonna try and explore the whole map, if I end up in a long stretch of land where I'm not gonna be getting to the next entrance, so like if I don't get to the next entrance, right, because I'm all the way across the map and it's a dead end, I'm just gonna cut to when I get there or close when I get there. If something happens, I mean, I'm gonna show it, but otherwise I'm just gonna ignore it. Oh, I should mention, I guess I should go over my gear a little bit. I have boots that let me walk through enemies, so I don't really have to necessarily fight anything I don't want to. I don't think it lets me go through walls, though I haven't run into a jailer or like a wall guy for a long time, so... oh, good. That'll speed things up. Well, one of the things I'm just not super happy about, the noises the shrines make just aren't neat anymore, and I don't like that the wells are like health wells instead of actual wells. It could make it like a blood well or something, but I don't know. I think Diablo can get away with being a little bit edgier than most games, simply because, Diablo just basically means, the devil, it's on the box. At least I think it's on the box. Did they make boxes for this game? I think they did. I do like that they made the... oh, here's the butcher. No, Torment, he'll one-shot you if you're not careful. See, yeah, there, you just heard that distortion right there, I think. Yep, that's still standing there. See, I'm not bad at these games. It's not that I picked a difficulty where I could just, trash through this. It's not hard to dodge his moves. I think it's neat that he has animations that you know that you're supposed to dodge. And he's really not that big. I know they remodeled him for this. I watched the video, so like I knew some of the stuff coming up. But I think it's neat that they kind of redesigned him a little bit. You'll notice the names here. Pretty much all the named NPCs you can find in Diablo 1 are in here. So it's a little unfortunate that there's a lot of reuse. So like the first time you see it, it's neat. But if you were to do this over and over again, because I think the density of mobs here is pretty high, you're probably going to be disappointed in that. It's not exactly the same layout, but it's all the same monsters, so you're never going to get much more variety than this. And when we get to later levels, I think it takes a turn for the worse. You'll see what I mean. Because at some point they stop adding like little extra zones for you to go in. I'm trying to find, I think it's Leoric's like hutch or whatever it's called. Is his little alcove where you fight him. There's a lot of those interspersed throughout this, and it's really neat, but you don't, like, at some point you kind of just like stop seeing them. Where is it? Am I crazy? I must be crazy. Okay, this time I guarantee we're gonna find something, a little extra place to go. Has to be. I don't really like that they mix the types of skeletons. So I like that there are red skeletons, right? Because there are red skeletons in the sewers in Diablo 2, which I played a lot of, by the way. I don't think that they mesh well with everything here. Like, if you wanted to do, if you really wanted to put a little bit more effort in, I think you could have made the demons a little bit more per level basis. So like the first levels, the white ones, and then you get the red ones, and there were black ones at some point. I know that they, just recolored a bunch of stuff and maybe retextured a little bit, But, you know, what are you gonna do? I appreciate it for what it is. I also really like the old style, health orb stuff. Okay, I wish it turned it blue to mana, but I still like it. If there's one thing I don't really play this game, but if there were one thing I would want to keep, like a cosmetic I would grind out for, it would be this, because this bar is amazing. Yeah, see, like I know these little guys are supposed to be like the fallen imps or whatever, like the fallen, the carvers. You know what I'm talking about.
Not ready.
The guys that usually got resurrected by shamans, but like since all their colors are kind of mixed, it's just it feels a little out of place. I'm sure you'll notice this guy from Diablo. Ooh, what did I get? No, nothing. I don't care. Not really too concerned about loot. There's not much better you can do at this difficulty for what I'm getting. I'll look at legendaries, but I don't really think we're going to see anything that amazing. Not going to get a Zod rune, that's for sure. You know, in all the time that I played Diablo 2, and I played it a lot, I don't think I ever really got a Zod rune. This is way too many runs of the tower to be really something I was looking forward to. I'd rather just run Mephisto over and over and over again. Because honestly, you can just trade someone for like a Breath of the Damned, or is it Breath of the Damned or Breath of Divine? I forget. BOTD. Oh, I should mention something else that makes this really easy. You'll see it happen from time to time. Where is it? Really? Level 4? Come on. I have this ring that like spawns like little guys, and they do a lot of damage. So if you see like a big guy just suddenly disappear, that's why. Because I for some reason had 4 of these guys at once, and they just exploded. If you're asking me why I don't have the damage numbers up, I think it's really like clutter and kind of obnoxious. Like I don't know. Like it has its use, and I'm glad that there's an option and that you can turn it off and that you can turn it on. If I cared enough to see exactly what my DPS was, I'm sure that would be really useful, but like, just playing the game right now, it's just kind of distracting. Nothing in this game is too hard, at least at the difficulty I played. I'm sure it gets much harder, but nothing I played is like too hard that it's too impossible to handle, that you'll need the numbers to see exactly how much you're doing, because chances are, you see how many hammers I'm coming out, and I think I have the trait that like makes more hammers when it hits sometimes. Like, you're just seeing lots of numbers and they all overlap, and like, that's not really a good indicator of like, your quote-unquote DPS.
The crusade marches on.
I do like that, when you break barrels and other stuff, you can sometimes get like a speed boost, or I know it does something else if you already have stuff, but I don't remember exactly what.
Patience.
Music is nice, I must say. Yeah, you'll notice the shadows kind of animate at their full 60 frames per second. Or is it 30? I don't know. Yeah, the shadows seem to animate regularly compared to everything else. So that's a little unfortunate, but what are you going to do, right? There we go, King Leoric's tomb. Yeah, you'll notice the splashing water, see how it animates, like, perfectly? Probably intentional. I wonder if we'll find skeletons here in the skeleton tomb.
Not yet.
You dare to explore the fire of my tomb?
Not too hard. I like, you see those animations? I know that they're just the remade animations, like, slow, but for some reason, it like, tickles my fancy. It brings me back to a time where, things were a little different. Like, where it was, more of a pain in the ass to do the in-between frames. Now you can just kind of have a 3D program just allow you to easily make those frames right. I don't know. It's the details that matter to me. I don't remember if there's anything over here. I know there's more skeletons, but like, I think there's like a gem floor or something, like a gem stash, whatever they call them.
Not ready yet.
I don't think I've seen any goblins in here, so if you're looking for treasure goblins, you're probably not going to find them. And those blood shards or whatever, you're probably not going to find anything from there either. So, actually maybe, I'm not sure. I think Diablo might drop them, but that's like at the very end. There's like 15 levels of this, and I don't know if you like, I suppose you could skip a bunch of the stuff, but I don't know if you want to run just this over and over and over again. just to get blood shards. I'm willing to bet, because I don't really know, but I'm willing to bet there's a better way to do it. Okay, and we don't need to explore the rest because we already know where it is. So I'll just cut there.
Not yet.
Okay, I don't remember if there's one here, but I'm pretty sure there is. So we're gonna look. Not much changes. It's they didn't really make entirely new levels for this. It's mostly just palette swaps of older levels. So like you've seen them all before. I believe this one is Leoric's castle, but like it's actually Leoric's castle because it's in the past or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I guess there's Goatman here, so there's that. We're gonna meet it's not his name's not Shabbat. It's like something the Weak. I think he would like make you gloves or something if you had him in your Diablo 1 playthrough. I didn't actually beat Diablo 1. I played a bit of it because I got the battle chest, and I played a lot of Diablo 2. I was like, oh, Diablo 1, this looks interesting. It also came with the strategy guide for Diablo 1, if I remember correctly. So I'm like, oh, dude, let me take a look at this. And it's neat. I don't like that you have to like walk everywhere. I guess it was kind of used to the, even though like stamina was a thing in Diablo 2, I was kind of used to the running speed. And it's not like the game isn't designed around it, and I got used to it for a little while, but I think I got to like floor 10, and then I just stopped playing Diablo, because I'm like, Diablo 2 is more fun, so I don't know. Ooh. So I'm sure I'm gonna bother somebody who was like, oh, you don't appreciate Diablo. I actually plan to go back and play it at some point, because I'm gonna play that with the unofficial expansion. So we're gonna see how that goes. Because I think it deserves to be appreciated in some way. Here it is, Garbad the Weak. I knew Bad was in his name, okay.
The crusade marches on.
But, yeah, that's my ring taking care of all the big threats, no problem. It just kind of like piles up and then BAM! So, or it could be his crits, I'm not sure. I feel like he crits for a lot too. I'm not really sure what triggers a lot of stuff. Once again, didn't do too much research. Oh, nothing over here. Ooh, a chest. I do like that when you pick up one gem, you pick up all the gems. That's nice. I don't like that there's no potions. I'm not really big on this health globe system. It's, I don't know. I feel like managing your potions was a lot of fun in Diablo 2 because it was something to do, right? So, like, yeah, if you were good at it, you never died, you never ran out of mana, but, like, you still had to be good at it. And I know it wasn't that hard to be good at it, but it was something. Especially in the higher difficulties where everything's got, like, resists. Ugh, I'm fucking casting Iron Maiden at you all the time. I hate Death Knights. Ugh! But, I picked the Paladin because he had to do the expansion, and of all the ones I played in Diablo 3, I haven't played this one, so I figured, oh, it's got the hammers, maybe I can pretend that it's like my Paladin from Diablo 2. And, unfortunately, the type of Paladin I like to play in Diablo 2 was a Zealodin. So, is this a labyrinth? Yeah, so, okay, I guess there's nothing. I like to play a Zealodin, so I like to get up close and personal. You know, auras, thorns, resistance auras, all that good stuff. And they kind of brought that back, but it feels like they took a bunch of pieces from all the classes that everyone, well, all the specs of Paladin that everyone liked to play, and made it into one Paladin, and then added some stuff from WoW, which I'm okay with stealing from your other games. I mean, like, Chain Lightning is in every game that Blizzard ever made, but, like, I don't think it's nearly as fun. It doesn't feel the same, and quite frankly, it's annoying to level very specific ways. Oh, it's the magic rocks. Okay, so yeah. Oh, holy shit, that's a lot of... Oh, holy crap, that was a lot of stuff. Oh well. Not that it really matters. Oh, is this the place? See, I'm not sure where this is from. This tile set. Because maybe it's the colors or the lack of lighting. I'm not sure. But like I'm not sure if they edited something for this or if they changed it. Because I don't remember this. So I also didn't really play a lot of the seasons. I recently just got back to Diablo 3. So like when the patch dropped that supposedly fixed everything, it did fix a lot of issues. It certainly made the game, you know, more tolerable to play, in my opinion. Hold on. Just make sure you don't die here.
Burn in the light.
It certainly made the game more tolerable. I like being able to get useful gear, and in some cases, it is actually better to get here with different stats other than your main stat and health, but really it's still kind of the same. The only real difference is that you'll reach your item cap faster, I guess, like where you're going to have to start grinding out stuff. And I think that's better because that means you can technically do more content faster if you do it right. But, we'll go back to town real fast. I'll cut here. So I should probably show this off real fast. There's a lot of items you can get that are special, unique to this event, to this area, right? So don't worry if you go through these. It won't actually destroy any of these items for some reason. I'm not sure why, but like you can get your godly plate of the whale, right? Your king's sword of haste, the butcher's cleaver, the undead crown, Harlequin's crest, that kind of stuff. Is this one do Imperium Band? Yeah. Do I have this one? Hold on, I have a bunch of these in here. We can look at them all. I think I have all of them. The Veil of Steel. Veil of Steel. That can't be right. Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's gotta be. Well, I do have the Imperium Band. Okay. But they all have their own stats. I don't know if they're worth using, but I think they have unique appearances. Oh, I identified the ring. It's a puzzle ring. It's this goblin thing. I don't know. I don't really care. But, it looks pretty neat. The extra gold from monsters. Is it any good? You know what? Yeah, alright. Sure, why not? We'll shove one of these in there. There, now it's better than this thing that I had before. Oh, whatever. Okay. If you're asking why I have so many rubies, it's because of this thing. It drops whatever gems in the helmet. But, yeah, of course there's the Archangel Staff of the Apocalypse. You know, that thing that can one-shot anything. Arcane's Valor. There's a mushroom. I'm not really sure what this is for, because I know it was used in the past for something, but I don't really know. There's the Optic Amulet, the Imperium Band, of course. Ring of Truth. They all have their own little, like, lore stuff, too. Oh, and that's what you get for beating Diablo. I'll make you look at that later. Okay, oh, there's this too, Griswold's Edge. Alright. I just wanted to show that off real fast.